thinking about building a new home, you're probably a little bit nervous because you have a lot of questions and you're not sure if you can get the right answers. One of the biggest questions we get asked is, how long does it take to build a house? And when should I start the process? Well, typically a home, depending on the size, takes 6 to 9 months to build. But it's all the planning beforehand that takes sometimes even more time. So it's important to start the process early. Even if you're considering to build a new home or to retire or to maybe upsize, whatever the case may be, we always recommend to not necessarily plan out too far because there can be variances, maybe over 12 months. But if you're thinking about building within the next 12 months, give us a call so that we can start the planning process. The second question we get asked all the time is, what's your cost per square foot? And a lot of builders might charge per square foot, but because we are custom home builders, we customize everything to you. So rather, we try to see what your wish list is, see what your wants and needs are. Where do you want to be? In the country, in our community, and ultimately, what's your total budget? And then we work backwards from there to be able to customize the home and ultimately the pricing to you. We find this is a much better process so that there is not all these extras later. Rather, you see everything up front so you know exactly what you're getting. Another question we get asked is, can I make changes after the build starts? And that's a yes or no answer. Of course, if it's simply changing a color on the walls before it goes on, well, obviously that's not a problem. But if it's changing structural items or it's changing major components of the home, that is something that is a challenge because we would have to make a plan amendment to do that, which takes time and money. It can be done, but we really discourage that. And to really help you to not have that pressure or that stress, we spend the time with you before we submit the plans, before you even sign the contract. We design the home, we do 3D renderings, you come through our model home, you go through other homes, you go through some of even our clients' homes if needed, to really be able to see firsthand these plans and our work. We find when we take this time up front, you don't have to worry about changes later. Additionally, when the home is framed, you get to walk through with us as the owners and with our respective trades to place electrical, plumbing, different things like that in the place that you want it. So again, you're not going to have to make a change. You didn't have to pick it off of paper. You're able to see in person where you want to put your dining room table, where you want to put your furniture and your couch, all these sorts of things so that you can have that first in-person experience. Another question we get asked is, how does the warranty program work? So the warranty is technically through Terry-on Warranty, which a lot of people don't know what that is, but it's the corporation that backs all builders in Ontario. But really, you're working with us. You get to work hand in hand with us so that if there is a slight touch-up or something that needs to be done, you contact us and we make arrangements to do that. What if my home gets delayed? Well, we're proud to say we've never missed a closing date. But that takes a lot of hard work. Sometimes there's products that get delayed. So what we do is we actually order them well in advance because we have a really good relationship with our suppliers and they'll either warehouse them or we warehouse it to ensure that when we're ready on site for the product, it's there. We do a lot of planning behind the scenes to ensure that your home is delivered on time. So if you have more questions, view our website at davisnewhomes.ca. And once you get there, follow on down to a contact request. We'll be happy to answer any of the questions that you have.